So what is impact is a great question, because people often use the term to denote any type of social result. I'll answer your question by giving you a real-life example without naming the particular project. We once did an evaluation on a national flagship project for alleviating poverty. It managed to reach about 10% poverty alleviation in a population which was huge for a poverty program, around 20,000 people. Was that impact? Well, they were very happy with that result. We then asked them the following question. So what are the number of families living in poverty? It's around 450,000. Among them, you've served 15,000 and solved for 1,500. That is less than a fraction of a percentage point of the poverty problem. So that is an outcome, it's a result, it's not impact at all. So what is impact? In my mind, impact is it's a shorthand for percentage of problems solved. Impact does not discriminate between problems. You can have impact on any type of problem. The more important the problem, the more important the impact. But there's only one real metric. What percentage of the problem you set out to solve have you actually managed to solve? So, when Mexico introduced the Oportunidades intervention, it managed to reduce the poverty problem in Mexico by more than 10%. That's a way to talk about impact. If a particular program managed even to lift all of its participants from poverty, but that program is not at scale and its impact in terms of the problem itself is negligible, then impact has not occurred. Sometimes it's even ridiculous. So here's a common sleight of hand done by the government and the nonprofit sector. So one of the easiest ways to achieve a successful social intervention is to do an employment intervention. You target a group of people in a vulnerable situation, and the solution you offer them is placing them in a job. Now, placing a person who's unemployed and living in poverty in a job changes their life. It creates enormous impact on that individual. And these programs can then report amazing results. 90% of our participants are now employed and making salaries above living wages. We have changed the world for the better. But then you take into account the crowding out effect. So these people have found jobs. Often these jobs are jobs that are tailored for unskilled laborers. What actually happened, if you take an impact perspective, is that you change the identity of the people who fill those jobs. If, let's say, the 1,000 people in that intervention would not have taken those jobs, then 1,000 different people, also living in the same precarious condition, would have taken the jobs. All you've done is change the identity of the people who enjoyed the benefit of low-skilled labor employment. What was your impact? Zero. Your outcomes seem to be 90% success. And it's that distinction is so important to keep in mind in order not to delude ourselves that we are solving a problem, when in reality we're only creating a picture which, taken apart from the whole, looks like success.